I, 37F, lied to my boyfriend, 45M, and I am scared to come clean. How bad is the lie? I, 37F, been with my boyfriend, 45 meters, for 1.5 years. We are very happy together. Both of us are divorced because of infidelity on our ex's behalves. Therefore, lying is a big deal to us. My boyfriend is hugely against lying. And well, I've been keeping something from him. After the birth of my son, I was prescribed Zoloft due to PTSD from the birth and just the typical hormonal shift. I was never on more than 50 milligrams. And just as I was about to get off, my now ex-husband cheated on me and I went through a divorce. My doctor recommended I stay on the medicine because of this. I still never went past 37 milligrams. I've now been on 25 for a long time. Anyway, I never told my boyfriend I was on this. I guess in the beginning it felt way too personal and then it felt too late to tell him. I haven't had any issues with depression in 4+ years. Will he not forgive me for keeping this from him? I think lying on medicine is not on the same level as lying about a friend or something like this. Your medical history and how you are treated is something so deep in your personal space that I would understand if I get this information later as your partner, as long as it is not I pop 12 Xanax every day and actually would sell my body for morphine. You should be good. I don't think it's a lie unless you told him you're not on Zoloft. It's for your mental health. I think it's okay to keep it private. I think you can take your time and share when you feel you trust him. You've not lied. You're allowed to keep your medical details private. Your antidepressants have nothing to do with him. Unless he's previously asked for a list of every medication you've ever been on or current take, I really wouldn't consider it lying. If telling him now affects what he thinks of you, there is a bigger problem. This is a prescription from your doctor. My wife had to take antidepressants due to one of her attacks. It took me 3 months to convince her to take it because she was scared of what others thought. To this day, none of her friends knows she takes them, but to be honest, no one really cares, especially with all the info about mental health. If you feel like telling him, do so. If you don't, then don't, but don't hide taking the pills. Just take it as normal if he is in the room with you. If he asks, then have that talk like it's normal. The more you normalize things like this, the more it becomes an afterthought. You are worried over nothing. I was awaiting some thrilling revelation. You didn't lie, by the way. That's just medical stuff that doesn't impact him in the least, and even if it did, it's something prescribed to you by the doctor. Unless he is on the verge of insanity, he won't bat an eye on that. It's not lying to keep some medical info private. A commitment to honesty in a relationship does not mean you must share 100% of every single thing that happens in your life. I think it would probably be a good idea to tell him. But probably not for the reason you think. It's not because this is information he's entitled to or because you've done something wrong by not bringing it up before. It's because if your boyfriend objects to a medication that's been prescribed to you by a doctor, and that's been working for you for many years, and if he will think less of you for taking it, you should break up with him. Your medical decisions, especially ones that long predate your boyfriend, are between you and your doctor only. Any partner who would try to get between you and your doctor because they have a personal dislike of a perfectly normal medication is not a good partner for you. You're not lying about anything. This is a boyfriend, not your husband. He doesn't need to know every nook and cranny of your medical history. If you feel bad about not sharing this information, then yes, I suggest you tell him. For your benefit, not his. But I honestly suggest that you make this more of a, just so you know, conversation. Not a, hey, this is open for discussion or your opinion matters, conversation. Do not allow him the room to shame you. Do not allow him the room to express an opinion. You and your doctor determined this medication was good for you. No one else's opinion matters. Honestly, if you're afraid of how he'll react to you having a medical diagnosis that you take medication for, I would kind of think about if there's any other aspect of the relationship where you're walking on eggshells for fear of how he'll react and not have control of his emotions around you. Sorry, but this is a medical condition. Strictly between you and your doctor. No one else has a right to your medical history. You haven't lied. If he freaks out over this, then that's a serious red flag. PPD is a serious issue, and whatever you need to stay mentally grounded you should do. I hope he does understand, as this isn't a lie, as you are not required to disclose all your medical information to him, and he should respect a mother's possible complications that come from being pregnant. Good luck, and no matter what, never disrespect your mental health care as anything less important than physical health care. Where is the lie? I can't imagine he would consider this a betrayal of some kind. If he does, he ain't the right guy for you. If your boyfriend has an issue with this, he's weird AF. You are good. You didn't lie. I wouldn't feel guilty about keeping this to yourself since it's personal. Tell him. It shouldn't be a big deal. My wife has been taking meds for years prior to us getting together. I don't think he'll care. Why do you think it will? TBH, if he thinks this is a big deal, then you should consider that a red flag. Nurse here, I just want to say that feeling the need to explain yourself for something traumatic as if you're in the wrong is not necessary. The decision to take this stuff was made a long time ago, and you haven't lied about anything to him. Coming off of it isn't totally necessary either. If you feel fine and your doctor says it's cool, you can, but I wouldn't feel guilty like you lied. I think you're overthinking this and worrying too much. That's something not malicious that you can let him know on your terms. If this is a deal breaker for him, you are in the wrong relationship.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.